Hey everybody, it's spring. They're cutting the grass already. The temperature is, what is that, about 57 degrees? Humidity is 31%. Whew. So let's see what I got done here. One of the things I've done today is I installed this 1-inch rim around the back coupe of the Canopy, which will allow me a surface to rivet the fairings onto. Of course, I had to take all of this off and I had to draw a line all the way around and then cut it and then cut each one of these individually. That took probably about 6 hours to do that. I've been dreading doing that, but it's out of the way. And I now have a surface to rivet the fairings onto. Makes a big mess. It is just terrible out here. I need this cleaned up a bit. Let's go on to the other project, which is that guy right there. Now this thing, on the real B36, I've got a picture of this panel every which way you can take it. From outside looking in, inside looking out, looking down on it, 3/4 views on each side, straight angles, or straight on, from the back, from the front. And it doesn't matter, or it did not matter, how many times I measured it or how many times I tried to make it with the English wheel. I could not duplicate this part. As you can see, not only does it go straight up, but it also bows out to start that circular thing that goes all the way up through there. So it starts out vertical and then it gradually goes to nearly flat at this angle. I tried to make it 3 times. Let's see. Once out of steel. And then I said, oh wow, I've got my steel part. I can use that as a form to do aluminum. And there's a failure right there. And another failure back there. So there's 3 attempts. A couple of years ago, I had this in 2 pieces. And the biggest problem was, instead of having a flat twist, I always ended up having a flat, and then I always had this triangular thing that I didn't enjoy. It was too mechanical. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I've nailed it this time, but once I get the Bondo on this thing and get some of these humps out of here, I'm gonna be really happy with it. On the real B36, this area is just a little bit taller and it goes down like that. So mine's kind of backwards, but unless you're comparing it directly to another B36, you're not gonna notice it. This was a little bit lower here, like that. That's why I filled this in with Play-Doh this morning and then put 2 more layers of glass over it. We'll go outside and have a look at it in a bit. This thing's gonna be rock solid. I don't know if this is foreshadowing the future in terms of if I'm going to be able to make this with the English wheel, which this is just a curved piece that I'm going to naturally hammer out and then straighten out with the English wheel. That's how it works. It's not very complicated. It's just visualizing this part. No matter how many times I tried, I just could not come up with the right part. So what I did to make it, my initial idea was to take this this aluminum gutter guard and make the form, but I couldn't even do it with that. So what I ended up doing was taking my strips of aluminum, putting one right there, which I knew the dimension, I know what that shape has to be, and I know this lines up with this. So you got a strip here, there, and there, and then I just took duct tape and just tightened it up real tight and then pulled it, and then kept ducting it up with the duct tape until I got the shape I was happy with. And then I started laying down the fiberglass. And like I said earlier, once I get some Bondo on here and really get it smoothed out, there's a big data plate that goes right here, warming placard. So it's going to be nice. On the B-36, interestingly, there's a big removable panel with 4 quarter turn fasteners on there. I don't know what that does. I knew what it did at one time, but I've forgotten. Go have a look out here really quick. The line is right here. So this is a little bit flared out too much, but that's perfect. That's exactly the way it looks. Got a little bit of work to do, but we'll get her. And then here on the outside, you can really see how that goes up there. It should be my next step, is getting that up there. Looking forward to it. Well, that's about it. I'll see y'all next time.